know there's a couple guys out there that are just like me, and when something doesn't go as you planned, sometimes you think about it, and think about it, and think about it way too much. A while ago, I took a look at this battery charger from DeWalt, and it was great. We hooked it up to our Jeep that's got an Optima battery, not working really well, and I used it to start the Jeep. This is a 100 amp engine start battery charger. Pretty simple, it worked. So the problem with this, to me, is that I can't set it anywhere in the engine compartment and feel comfortable that it's not gonna fly out. Like I said in the other video with this guy, I had a buddy come around and kick the cord on accident. This thing went flying, lucky it didn't do any damage. So it doesn't fit in place as well. So I wanted to get something that went in the floor. This is a 200 amp engine start battery charger. Hook this up to the Jeep, same battery, same everything. This would not start the Jeep. So it doesn't make sense because this is a 200 amp. Then I hooked up our GB70. GB70 to me is the one that I go to. It's fairly expensive, but it works, and I have a couple of them. That started the Jeep no problem. When I ordered some of this stuff, I also wanted one of these DeWalts. We put them in our side-by-sides. We put them everywhere. I have one in almost every vehicle just because if something happens, this is it. So I started thinking, this is 600 amps, right? This is an 11.1 volt battery that is what, 3.35 amp hour. So tiny, I mean, tiny. This dude technically should start the Jeep. That didn't. It doesn't make sense why 200 amp didn't, 100 amp did. Either way, the reason I picked this is because this is a DeWalt brand, and a lot of people don't want to go out on a limb and buy a brand that they don't like. So here we have power button, turns it on, we have a battery charge. Now I purposely didn't charge this to completely full because sometimes they'll never be full. You can charge it. Technically, you're supposed to charge it via USB-A, and it comes with a dual USB-A cable. You can charge it with USB-C as long as it's 2 amps or below. You cannot charge above 2 amps on this. And you can use either one, but a high amp USB-C will not charge this. If you hit the power button again, you turn on a light on the other side, which I think that's pretty cool. It's a bunch of LEDs over there. This is a small unit. It says it should start a V8, 1600 amps, and it says on the box that it was tested. I mean, very thin, nice, easy to store, decent connections. I like everything that they have going here. Here's where we're gonna connect up our battery. So good clamps. They have, you know, the wires that go to both sides. Everything is connected up here very well. I like it. I guess the kicker that I have is, will it work? So once we connect everything up and the polarity is correct, we get a green light. Once we get the green light per the instructions, we are to plug it into the battery. With this off, we then push the button for it to be on, and we're ready to go. We're just gonna set this somewhere where it won't fall. Try to start the engine. Now that's fairly impressive from this unit because it is half the size of the GB70, and it did start this engine at about the same speed. So if any of you guys are looking for a battery pack that is a jump starter for your car and you want to have a USB-A or USB-C out, the USB-C out on this is 3.1 amps. The USB-A is going to be 2 amps. This is nice. It is a brand name. It's not overly expensive. I'll put a link in the description, and it's quite small. Carry it with you wherever you want. Put it in your camper, put it in your side-by-side, put it in your boat. It's just great to have a backup, and you have a name brand that is backing it. So I like that. It's not just something that's off Amazon, although many of those do actually work. I have quite a few that I've spread around. Some of them are a little bit less expensive than this. Many are much, much more. But either way, I think the brand name to me is something that I'd look into. I still don't feel a lot better about this guy, but at the same point, I didn't buy it to start vehicles. So either way, I look at it and go, this is perfect because it sits on the floor and charges batteries. still kind of gonna have that in my head that's going around in circles. So if any of you guys have ideas on any of this stuff that's going on here, I would always welcome you to put something in the comments below. Do you feel more comfortable with a DeWalt brand battery pack like this, or do you feel okay with NOCO or any of the other brands that you might find on Amazon? Also interested in hearing about that. This dude here, I like the LED light. Out of all of them, this is probably one of the better LED lights that's on here. The downside to all these LED lights, once you have this unit plugged in, or if you are in the dark and have to plug it in, the LED light is completely on the wrong side. So it's really hard to see what's going on, and we need little bits of light in different areas. But we all have cell phones now, so we should be able to turn on the flashlight on our cell phone, and life is good. What do you think? Leave me those comments. Give us a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.